I have been part of Natalie's EEHPC working group, gosh, easily for 15 years. And this working group provides a community and a structure that allows us to leverage best practices across globally, right across the entire world.
My very first SC, I went to a buff and it really struck me how big energy efficiency was as a challenge. So Nally was there advocating for doing better measurements. And so that's why I got on, because I was interested in how do we measure these large HPC systems.
A few of us across different organizations realized we were all independently trying to make sense of telemetry information coming from these high performance computing systems and the data centers they resided. And we thought, what are we learning and where are the commonalities? From there, I feel like it has evolved into something much bigger. The group became a way to share lessons learned, connect across sites, and eventually helping to shape the next generation monitoring systems. We've gone from just collecting telemetry to actually using it, whether it's optimizing scientific workflows, improving facility level energy efficiency, or advising on things like smart facilities and digital twins.
I've been in the high performance community for 40 years. And something like 25 years ago, I realized that the number one issue in building supercomputers was their energy efficiency. This is largely because you want to be able to put the processors as close to each other as possible, and you're limited by the ability to remove heat. So being energy efficient means speed. Now it's also cost. I don't know if you've followed the training of ChatGPT and these other large language models, but when they did ChatGPT, the energy required to train it cost almost $1 billion. So this issue has never been more important to the community.
As a researcher, I think you can also find really legitimate challenges by engaging people who work on the field, and you can really shape your research in a way that can really impact the world. And speaking of impacting the world, I think you really get to be on the forefront of saving an industry alongside a community with diverse expertise.
Even though I was no longer dealing with data center design, I could see problems that we would face in the future. Several years have passed. What was then a future, today, for a company of my size, is a present. So not just the satisfaction of curiosity, a network to know people, the ability to compare ourselves, but very practically having had the opportunity to reason, to study problems before they would be ours.
There's also often a gap between what's happening in this space in research, in academia, in papers and conferences, and what's being implemented in real-world systems. This gap is there in a number of areas, including in energy-efficient computing, and the work group enables connecting different people from academia, from national labs, from industry, from data center or supercomputer administrators, and all these people get to know what each other is doing. So it's really important. And it's also very easy to participate. You just enroll, you get emails about what's going on, you can select the work groups that you want to be part of. At a time when networking is really important on a broad topic like this, so this work group brings an important opportunity to connect with a variety of people in a really easy way.
It is a collection of world-class leading researchers, and they are free to talk. I mean, they are very open to talk. So if you have questions about why certain things are done in a certain way, or you have questions about why are we doing this at all, people will, if you ask the questions, people will in the meeting they will try to address it, or if not, you can have that conversation offline.
Participation in the working group has helped Lano partner and collaborate with some of the best supercomputing sites in the world, enabling us to identify best practices in procuring infrastructure to support AI and high performance computing and operating leading edge facilities.
In high performance computing, energy efficiency is one of the most important factors in being able to scale to such a large machine to the extent that we can solve some of the most difficult problems. Now, with the advances in AI, this is becoming much more prevalent because now HPC is no longer a niche, but rather it is mainstream computing.
And then, of course, it helps to understand what the actual supercomputer topologies look like, what are the nuances that go into these facilities, the difficulties and challenges in trying to operate them, and of course, the design and construction, et cetera. So there's selfish interests, and then there's the contribution to everything, and then it's just plain fun. I have a lot of fun working with these people, so that's why I do it.
And it's also really nice to be able to participate in discussions about future technology and people who has similar experience of big computer systems as we have.
This is the great thing about this organization. As within your organization, most likely it's only you or a few. But across the world, we're actually quite a few moving the needle forward. And saying that, no matter your background, if you want to contribute and can contribute, you're welcome to bring new ideas or simply participate.
The Energy Efficient Working Group has been integral to that process for most of the last decade. It brings together thought leaders to discuss technologies, problems, and opportunities. And so as I've been privileged to be part of that, I'm excited about where it has gone and how it has influenced the community. But I'm also equally believing that it has a critical role to play in this discussion forum as a mechanism to shape the future.